Hey, good evening, guys. Uh, Hope you all can hear me. I apologize for my appearance. If I'm look tired, or I'm drowsy, or I'm dragging my words. I just wanted to speak off from the heart and talk to you all before I go to bed. Welcome to another episode of Gavin Richard Presents. Uh, I don't want to be too long here. Um, I have to get up in the morning and travel to work, you know. And I see somebody likes this. Are we doing? I'm trying to see if I can do live chat. All messages are visible. Yeah, I know I'm live. Let me just share this right quick. Hold on. Facebook group. Okay. I guess it is live. Usually what happens? I guess when you get in and out, the clock stops. I don't know if it was still recording, but I was trying to share and get a little more people in. I didn't want to be up too late doing this video, but I had something on my mind. Uh, just thinking about tomorrow, um, because obviously tomorrow is the sentencing for. Gosh, I got boogalookies in my nose. Sorry, guys. I gotta make sure I gotta freshen up before I come on. I just decided to just jump in here because I was thinking about something and just thinking about this case, what we've talked about for months and months on, about how this man was railroaded, just the things that were going on, this whole Me Too movement. To me, everything. Of course, that was a factor, although they try to deny it. Racism obviously is always a factor, but tomorrow basically uh, is nothing more than, and Tuesday, because it's supposed to be Monday and Tuesday, is nothing more than a public lynching. Lynching from a social media mob now. Except they don't carry, this clan doesn't carry torches or clubs or guns or nooses. What they do now is they carry their phones, and when they put something out on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook, they leave that on you, because once you put something on the internet, uh, you know, it's practically there forever. Of course, people delete things, but somehow or another, people are still able to find stuff. My mom always said, "Be careful what you put on here." But tomorrow, I'm hurt. Tomorrow is his sentencing day, and Tuesday, and we don't know what to expect, and it is a sad day because all of the accomplishments that Bill Cosby made, the example that he set for black people, even through his television shows, Fat Albert or Picture Pages or The Cosby Show, then A Different World. He set a standard for how black people should be portrayed in Hollywood and on television, that they were intelligent people, that they can be better than what they are assigned, than what society tells you. Now, I may not agree with everything that Bill did or said. The comments he made about the Trayvon Martin situation, obviously, Harvey Superboy, shout out to him. You know, that wasn't good when he talked about it being a gun issue versus a race issue. But Bill Cosby still gave hundreds of millions of dollars to black causes and charities. He gave the NAACP carte blanche to use his image and likeness for any event that they wanted. And yet, you didn't hear from any of these groups while he was being accused of charges that stem back 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago without any proof. It tells you, and it should tell everybody that's watching this video, that we don't have black leadership anymore. It's dead. We don't have black Hollywood is a bunch of cowards. You know, they're people that are scared to lose a check. They're scared to lose their lifestyle. They're so comfortable in what they have now that they won't stand up. Now again, he does have a chance to appeal his case. And as I've stated before, I saw the grounds. They are, it is an appealable case, and it should be when it goes before the Court of Appeals, or if not, if they get it out in the federal district courts, it can be appealed there. But given this era that we're in, remember it was a federal judge that unsealed that deposition, and this whole mess started when it leaked out to the press, and then different stories came out, all of these different women saying it happened to me in 1980, 1965. That's the furthest most of these go back. And the judge, I learned a lot from listening to our sister Nicole from Nicole's View. Shout out to her. Shout out to Harvey Superboy, Tariq Nasheed, everybody in the family. I learned a lot when I listened to Scott Ross that the judge allowed, and I've actually talked to him, that the judge allowed 19 accusers. And most of these accusers, he stated, the judge was only going to allow from at least 1982. So, how did he even arrive at that year, at that number? Why did he move it down to 5? Originally, one person, he moved it up from 1 to 5 from the original trial. How did he come up with that? Why did he put the sentencing date for Monday and Tuesday? It can only mean one thing. He knew and planned to have everybody, including their mothers, come out there and talk and say all the shit that they wanted. O'Neal did that. Now, again, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I don't really want to watch. Any black person that's watching and that's laughing or happy that this is happening, you're a coon. I'm going to just say it. You're cooning. Don't you ever take joy in another man's pain and suffering or crucifixion, because you know why? It can come back to you. This is the era we live in now. Your past can come back to haunt you. And I'm not saying, I'm holier than thou. But all of us at some point have done something, and all of us have done something at a point in our lives where we have regrets and second thoughts about what we did. Now, I don't make any excuse for rape, and I don't know what really happened. And nobody, frankly and honestly, nobody but God and Cosby and any of those women know the truth. Some of them, have been proven liars. Some of them, they waited 20, 30, 40 years, 10 years. It doesn't matter. It's just it's beyond the scope of the statute of limitations. But apparently, you can go back and still lynch somebody. You can still prosecute somebody. They had a statute of limitations defense in this case that the judge was supposed to give special instructions to the jury, and he didn't. Did you know that? This is what Tom Mesereau said. They're supposed to give, and I know this being an attorney, they are supposed to give interrogatories and questions. If you believe such and such, this defense, you are to rule in that favor, that it's beyond a reasonable doubt based on that. And the judge didn't do that shit. And this media now, it's a circus. It is a fucking circus. The shit that they are doing, they don't even fact check. There was a time once when CNN was a respected news network. There was a time I respected NBC and CBS and ABC. And frankly, it's terrible. They suck just like Fox News. Fox News actually, to a degree, is a little bit better. You know why? I know where they're gonna go. But when I watch NBC, I shouldn't know the first thing. MSNBC, I shouldn't know the first thing out of their mouth is bashing Trump. Not that I'm a fan of his. We know Fox News is gonna praise him, but you guys, media should be unbiased, just like our court systems. So please don't take joy into what's supposed to happen tomorrow. I can't. I don't even want to watch the news results on it, but I have to follow it. To follow up and give people information, like Dick Gregory said. Ain't a time to be sad. You gotta get the information out there. Shout out to Diary Bates from WVON in Chicago. She gave me some information to share. I put it on. I'll probably upload a little bit later, guys. But I just wanted to just say that for a little bit, and I'm about to hit the sack. But I'm just, just all the accomplishments this man has given. It's like Nicole said, it's about making you an example. It's about taking away. It's about stripping the black image, and I'll take the image of the black family. I'll take it a step further. It's about emasculating a man, black men. I believe Tariq Nasheed even said this earlier on his podcast on YouTube. He said it's about controlling a black man's dick. You don't do this, you don't do that. Because he said, Cosby had all of these white side chicks. And I don't think they have an issue necessarily with a black man messing with a white woman. But if he's using his money correctly, meaning he's giving back to the community like Cosby has given back to the community, it creates they didn't like that. They didn't like when he said, I want to buy NBC. And he tried twice. They don't like the fact that he's giving $200 million to HBCUs. Something I learned too, and Bill Cosby's story is very similar to the Michael Jackson case. Michael Jackson gave over $300 million to historically black colleges and universities. So, but they always tell you he didn't like blacks or he didn't want to be black. And maybe to some degree, I think it was more he just didn't want to be him. So if, what he didn't see himself as handsome or wasn't comfortable in his own skin. And I guess it was obvious, but as Minister Farrakhan said, that was the outward journey, but the inward journey was even more special, and Michael was getting closer to his blackness. You look at the things he did for Africa, for hunger relief, and he did give money to HBCUs and black charities, giving Little Richard back his catalog. Bill Cosby bought colleges. So think about that. And do I think he's going to do 30 years? No. Obviously, he wouldn't live that long, but I'm guessing and hoping maybe it might be probation. He does have a chance to appeal. Obviously, we've talked about that, but he can be released on his own recognizance on bail and follow the terms of his conditions and probations. I think he definitely will appeal this and he has no choice but to. But it's sad that at 81 years old, he's going through that. Perhaps he could have been a little bit more vocal than what he, when this all started, like Tavis Smiley did. And even Morgan Freeman, to an extent, he didn't come out and say anything. Well, he did, but you know, he did come out, but you didn't really hear or see him give an interview and speak on it. Tavish did a whole speaking engagement. He would go on Bill O'Reilly's show, and I'm sorry, was it Hannity or anyone else's show, and talk about this, the era that we live in. It's very dangerous. So that's it for me, guys. Feel free to like, feel free to comment. If you don't like what I've said, you know, oh well, it's my page. But if you don't like it, you can leave a comment as well. But I ask you to please be respectful. That's all. Just take care. Peace.